All right, Shane, next let's kick it on down to Fayetteville. We're same deal here. Sam Pittman recapped a recent scrimmage down there in Fayetteville. And Shane, remember last week? Go back and check it out if you missed it. We did the over-unders. Shane went over. I went under. I might be back on the bandwagon, man, because, man, this is exactly what I wanted to hear from Sam Pittman.
Yeah.
The defense, they struggled mightily. No, not any breaking news saying that, but with a new defensive coordinator, Travis Williams, we'll get to some comments in just a moment on that. But Sam Pittman was asked right out the gate, what stood out from the scrimmage? He's all over this defense, loves what he's seeing. And Landon Jackson, Shane, is someone that I was hearing buzz about last year. Elite high school recruit, went to LSU, but quickly transferred to Arkansas. Sounds like he is making his presence felt now in his second year at Arkansas. Let's kick it over to Sam Pittman.
Hey, Coach. Yeah, just hoping you could tell us just anything about the scrimmage, what your overall thoughts were.
Well, I was really impressed, with the defense. I thought Landon Jackson had as good a day as he's had since he's been here. I thought he was so impressive. I really like our defensive ends, with Stu and Zach and Nico and John and of course, Jeff Coat. Those guys, I think we're coming along. We're pretty talented there. We're a little short on the inside because Cam Ball's got a high ankle. I was impressed with our linebackers. I really was. With Greer, Crook, and Paul, Manny Powell played a lot better. I was impressed with those guys, the way they, we blitzed quite a little bit. And, we had a breakdown a little bit. We got beat in a 2-minute situation at corner for a touchdown late in the scrimmage. And then we got beat another time in the secondary. But other than that, I thought that they tackled well. We had 122 plays, Trey, and situational. We, obviously we went second and played third. Then we went third and played fourth. But for the most part in that scrimmage, the defense got the better of the offense. I thought KJ did well. Tackling was pretty good for the first scrimmage. So I don't really know how good we are in the secondary yet because, to be perfectly honest with you, we didn't have a lot of time to throw the football. And that says something about the defensive line. So that's.
Yeah, Sam, you mentioned Landon Jackson earlier. How is he different or better than maybe when the season ended, and what led to his big day Saturday?
I think if you look back, Landon didn't, he had come off ACL. He was tall and thin. I mean, he was skinny. And he was playing about 3/4 speed. And he got a little bit better as the year went on. Now he's bigger, confident, long. I mean, he's a problem now, and a good problem. He's on our team, but he's a problem if you're an offensive lineman. And I mean, it's just his speed and his size right now that, I mean, he's been hard to block.
All right, Shay, and not just Landon Jackson, but Trajan Jeffcoat, the Missouri transfer. This is a guy that Sam Pittman has mentioned many times this spring as standing out, but man, you got to love that if you're an Arkansas fan, right? The defense getting better. That's critical to our success next season.
I like it. He's like, they're going to be a problem, but not a problem for us because they're on our team. I love it, man. It just this is what you want to hear from your coach, man. This is convincing me. Here I felt like I went on a little bit of a limb and took the over with Arkansas, but when a coach comes out, and he's not just talking about defense, he's talking about depth on defense, and that's exactly where Arkansas has struggled is those 2s and 3s stepping up and being playmakers. So it just seems like that side's really coming along. So that's very encouraging.
Right. And the other noteworthy thing I thought he said, Shady, was asked, new defensive coordinator Travis Williams, new offensive coordinator Dan Enos. Of course, that's a huge talking point in Fayetteville this offseason. What's the biggest thing those guys bring? Again, I love these comments that he shared with a new defensive coordinator and frankly, a new defensive staff. Let's kick it over to Sam Pittman one more time.
the most significant change that Dan Enos and Travis Williams are bringing, contrasting to what was done previously?
Well, we're in a whole different front, on defense. We're very aggressive on defense. So I think that would be the most significant change. The kids are really adapting to T. Will and Woodson and Wilson and of course Deke's back, but they have a really good rapport with the kids. Dan is a totally different style in that it's more of a pro style offense. And to me, there's a lot of identification and reads before you snap the ball in a pro style offense. And in a quick, fast pace, a lot of your decision making comes after the snap of the ball. And so I think that's probably the biggest difference. Now, KJ, and we're going under center some, and KJ's really taken to that. I got to say this. I think Criswell over the last two practices is starting to catch on, and he's showing his arm strength and his accuracy. So been really pleased with those two guys. But I'd say that's probably the biggest difference in a pro style, which Dan brings to us, and a fast-paced offense.
No disrespect to Barry Odom by any means, because I thought he was outstanding. I've said it many times. People probably tired of me saying it. He won them a couple games, some of the big-time games, because of matchups against Ole Miss, against Texas. I mean, those games were won because Barry Odom came up with some masterful game plans. But at times, Shane, sitting back, keeping everything in front of you, dink and dunking on defense, maybe there's a reason why the defense struggled so much, particularly when guys went down. So now we're switching it up. We're being more aggressive. We're trying to force the issue. I love these comments as well.
No, I do too, Mike. And sometimes you need a new start, a fresh start, even though Sam's been up there for a little bit. I think this is good, not just for the fans, but also for the players, because if you've ever played defense, Mike, it's more fun when you can pin your ears back, and you can be a little bit more aggressive. Are there going to be mistakes made? Absolutely. But I'd rather make those mistakes than sit back on my heels and like you said, get dinked and dunked on, and then we walk away saying, well, shit, we never put them away. You put them away by some aggressive defense, causing those turnovers and making Arkansas fun, So I like these comments.